is there'll be many an afterplant for Yadina to show her worth. There's a little bit of coercing here in spawn. Are we live? Oh, they're in the information place group. They're waiting for the info on the sites.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, a little bit kind of proactive with it, getting aggressive on the USPs. Fly taking the face in towards Banana. Just a spot of the bomb out there. Still waiting. Fly finds the head and the bomb, actually. So, yeah, pretty big one. Dropping your dinner as well. Little Z, meanwhile, going for hers, getting aggressive. Juliana will trade her out, but things looking very good here, right? Because there's a whole lot of CTs coming through Banana now. Just Juliana left. And they have a vague idea of where she's at. So, yeah, really, really smart stuff from MIBR, and it pays massive, massive dividends.
The best part about this pistol is the whole way it's designed is that you have these two players in, I think it was Little C and Fly style, playing, of course, both the sites. They're getting aggressive, looking for information. And then you call the rotations. They still win the round, just the two of them. Irrespective in the situation, you didn't even need the rotates. So a little bit bizarre how that one played out. But I think w7m will be disappointed to not find at least a couple more frags in, especially a bomb plant. And the result of that is no chance of a reinvestment they're going to be saving. Just the Glocks in play.
Indeed. P250 in there as well. So we'll see. Yeah, never know. But any damage is good damage on this one. P250 eliminated. And now just kind of waiting, biding time. Playing patiently, let them come to us. No need to get greedy on this. Still play the semi-aggressive angles, particularly in towards Banana. There goes Kizia to rip him apart on the MP9, and yeah, solid stuff. So AK's out super early for w7m, looking to apply that pressure as early as possible. And yeah, certainly something to consider, right? On that MIBR side of things, currently looking at 3 MP9s. Maybe you want to get another M4 in the mix.
Yeah, they just play so boring and, you know, and conservative against these pistols. I wanted to see Kizza there just zerg through the bottom Banana smoke and, you know, at least give us a highlight reel. Come on, haven't you seen the Chad video on Pro League, you know? Got to be playing for the movie highlights, but this is what we're here for. And I guess what you were hinting at, Scrib, is that 3 MP9s in playing a FAMAS, maybe you need to be unorthodox and get aggressive.
Yeah, indeed, right? That's usually what we say about these kind of bonus buys. You've got to do something a little different, a little more energetic, I suppose. Especially when they're going for early AKs, you want to keep them on their toes and not allow them to just kind of go, okay, we've got a clear plan for what we want to do with this round. Get the smokes out towards B or, you know, whatever it may be. So they've certainly done that. A lot of chunk damage traded off on either side of the equation, but no kills as yet.
Facing mid, they are playing with fire with a move like that. Up against the AKs and the long range duels. So round started off heavy Banana control from MIBR. But now they're ceding that control. w7m instead coming back to clear up the top Banana area. Oh, the spacing's not brilliant, Scrib, and they can't find the trades. And Flash is reasonably good. The timing of the swing was not so brilliant. 3-on-3, but I don't think they know Kiz is in this position. The flick, though, is good from Bruna, but they need to cover this bomb. I don't think they're going to get cut off. It's such low HP. This after plant is going to be so tough. And keep an eye on the utility, Scrib. If this lands on the bomb plant, it's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, especially because that bomb is, you know, still sort of lagging behind. They'll get it in. They'll get the smokes across, right, and whatnot. But you just kind of, yeah, wait behind the smoke, line up. And to be fair, even though you're not on the classic lineup, those nades could still come close. Bruno, meanwhile, catches them going for it, and a smart move on the plant. Arkinya now, the low HP player, has to try and work against 2. Also, with only a combined HP of 22. Surely they can work off of each other, but no. Trying to have the backs covered. The headshot landed quickly, and there indeed is that low HP coming into play. Big 2v1 for Arkinya to get the third on the board.
Super important, and it felt like once in that 2 versus 2, even in spite of the low HP, that they found the first frag, went up 2 versus 1. It just felt like it was going to be so difficult, but pins the first player to the wall, straight headshot, and clearly the one in Coffins could not turn around in time. And economically, even with the bomb plant, it's not quite enough to kind of lure the w7m girls into reinvestment. They've just decided we're going to half buy a lot of utility, but it's really only the Deagles. So if you're going to win this round, you need some excellent headshots. You need to use the utility to close the ground up against the rifles.
Still kind of feeling it after that clutch, clearly.
She been on holiday.
Yeah, maybe.
Suitcases
That's
open.
why I was thinking if we got a cam.
Or maybe she's already packed for finals.
Yeah, mate, that's it, mate. That's it.
That's what's going on. That's like, you know, when people do weightlifting, like, and weight losing even, you know, they get like a picture of them when they were like thinner, like the goal. That's what she's doing. She's packed her bags already. So that every day she wakes up and sees the bag is ready to go. I've got to perform on the server.
The inspiration. Is this a flying banana as well? I kind of noticed this earlier.
Is this banana face? It's got to be.
It's got to be, right?
Can we get confirmation from production that is indeed Cara D banana?
We'll have to keep an eye. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It is, because you can see on the info panel at the bottom. It is. So a nice touch.
This is legendary.
Earlier, but it looked like it was sort of attached to her hair. So I was like, maybe the camera quality, you know, the feed coming through is not.
If she's not wearing banana earrings for next week, I'll be devastated.
There you go. Oh my god. Brilliant. Okay, so w7m on the half by here. A keen flick from Arkinya. Jeez. Gonna take down Banana Face, bullet in face for sure. But yeah, really solid opener. And as I often say, the first one can be pretty hard. So good to get it on the board. A sigh of relief. And just let them come to you now. No panic once again. Advantage secured.
Chilled out. The MIBR squad. No need to get overzealous. We're just going to play the bomb site. Orpin Pit is a touch left field, but I don't know if you watch enough Henny. You'll pick it up. Lifestyle here, right eye peek, flash is good. Look at all these players. Flashbang dancing. Peeking before the flash as well at the end. Beautiful stuff from Flystyle. It's just the pistols, but living up to her name, getting the style points.
Yeah, and again, you know, it's really going to give you all that confidence to go for peaks like that in the future. Fly, kind of one of the players that sort of goes under the radar on this MIBR team, has a lot of high impact rounds, but maybe doesn't find as much consistency with them, right? Cool under pressure, and that often comes in handy. That round is a sort of microcosm of maybe what we've seen from her in the past. Aggression coming into another rifle round, though, as we see Lil Z and Banana not thwarted by the smoke. Meanwhile, Hera is halfway down middle, looking to dish out the damage. What is going on? It's gotten a little bit weird. 3 quick kills coming in for w7m. Yeah, I mean, are you wanting at that AWP shot not landing, or?
Well, she wasn't aiming for that player. She was aiming for the player in the cubby and then shot the one coming out of the T stairs.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And then that happened, and then immediately everyone just died in the space of half a second. So, wild scenes in Banana, but ultimately trades go the way of w7m. I'm not sure what happened there. I might need to see a replay to connect the dots, because it all happened in a blink of an eye.
I'm sure we'll get one. I'm sure we'll get one. But yeah, MIBR, really solid start into it. A lot of map control coming in, and then it just, you know, sometimes that's the way it goes, right? Crazy headshots come in from w7m. All at the same time, you just have no time to recover.
Kids are here. Would be nice to save this one over, and given how far off these remaining players are, shouldn't be an issue. Just don't peek this player in towards the library and you'll be okay, indeed. Plenty of cash in the bank. She can drop one. Skinner can do the same. And here come the replays. You can see on this kill, the player on the left side, in a few seconds, is going to peek. Preemptively shoots, kills the AWPer in towards T-stairs. And yeah, that's a tilter if you die to that. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And they don't win the round. So, you know. Just the way CS goes. MIBR still got the money to buy back into round number 6, though. And they've got to be careful. This aggression checked in the last round. Getting checked in this one as well. They will lose the opener.
Kids are here. Alone on B is... You feel for Little Z, feels completely compelled to try and force a duel in mid to try and even up the numbers, but alone, got out in the open. Kids is up close. The flashbang is good, but this player's playing anti-flash, and Yadina, again, this is what I'm pointing out, Scrib, is every situation, she's so aware. Knows to play anti-flash because someone else is on the angle, and it just works perfectly.
Well, Fly as well, really looking solid here. However, might just get clapped out. Yep, going to be the case. And now just Hera on the opposite side of the map. So it's unfortunate, right? The moment, the spot is pretty solid, but there's just unfortunately not enough support to help out, of course. MIBR letting another round slip away.
Starting to get a little bit closer, and that's of course what we wanted. Going on to Inferno. As the last few rounds have seen it off sheer brute force or tactical prowess. w7m finding themselves in good situations, and the moment you go up in a good spot, they're always playing from behind their MIBR. They've always got to make the first reaction, try and find a gap, and w7m were ready and waiting on every single occasion. I guess Flystyle here did her absolute damnedest playing around the coffin's position, but even if she finds this kill on Takara, player flanking for Ruin, so did her best, but it wasn't enough. Too many players in the vicinity.
Lil Z going to get the AWP into this round then. Drops across. See what they can do with it. She goes aggressive into Banana again. They're really fancying their chances over there, aren't they? Arcania, meanwhile, on the P2K. Ooh, gets overlooked. I was going to say a difficult place to really find any kills, but maybe good information gathering. Does actually get one for a trouble. That makes things a bit more interesting, you know. We've got the Deagle, the P250, and the armor for both Hera and Flystyle, respectively. So it is not totally out of the question. The defense split and the AWP not here on A, though. That makes a difference. w7m, they don't know it, but now is probably the best time to get moving.
Rotates are coming over. Little Z is the player that needs to be in position by the time this hit comes in. And she is posted up here on the short cross. Smoke is landing on Moto. As long as they wait till after it and they're peeking before the smoke script, that's a huge mistake. Fortunately, there is a trade. This player is still in towards Cold. That's Kizia. Finds the first, but only a USP. No armor to her name. And as soon as the aim punch kicks in, it was going to be tricky. But I guess still good damage, still a result.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it keeps them close. Of course, that T side always harder to really punish the economy, but it is going to make them spend into this round, of course. And yeah, it ends up being a tough one, I guess. MIBR will buy, but it's not the best. Little Z without utility and no kit in play. So certainly less to work with, but CT sides, they're always used to that.
Slow default from the T's. The, I guess we call this ROPS now, do we? When you boost it up on these flower pots. Yeah, I think he was actually on the other one, wasn't he? On the left side. Mm-hmm. Of course, referring back to I Am Katowice save final and the best stage you're going to see for a couple of years. So. Beautiful stuff. Bit of pressure on towards B. And something I have noticed already is that MIBR are playing really passively on B, ceding a lot of control. And unfortunately, they're not holding on to a lot of their utilities. So B is really exposed later on in the rounds.
Yeah, that's very true. W7m, though, charging in towards A, will manage to find the first as Bruna. She gets traded out. Liana in from behind, looking for a gap. Looking for someone to come her way. Really going to be the case. Checking around, taking it slow, and there's the opportunity as it presents itself. And she actually ends up being the lurker and is drawing the rotation of Kizia, but the timings are not quite there. They go a bit early maybe on B, so we'll see here. Molly comes down, they'll go through it. And of course, advantage, sure, but Kizia could isolate the Jules, can't catch Topher. I think that might just seal the deal as Flystyle's the only one left.
Good recovery, though. I think it was 4-1. I want to say, for Made in Brazil. And we're going to be all square. Plus the economy handedly towards the side of w7m. So they'll be happy with that. And at what point do we start looking at MIBR and saying, CT side, guys, we need to see a bit of a switch up. We're either giving away opening picks or in consistently weak positions as the rounds go later. So the next is likely to be an eco, but down the line in this half, that's got to be the big topic we all need to be focusing on is how do MIBR adjust their defense?
Yeah, some big questions at the moment for MIBR, isn't there, to be fair? W7M, like you say, closing the gap pretty convincingly. So, where it was looking good, the aggression looked really, really solid. Just seems to have fallen off pretty quickly. Early nades coming in, trying to find a cheeky kill. Doesn't work out. Deagles and that M4 still sticking around, though, and they are just, you know, flying all over the map, rotating around. Great read here from W7M and isolated a bomb site. So, they'll get themselves in. They'll find a kill to boot. They'll drop the M4, in fact, and things looking pretty damn good from here on in. Oh, they've crossed each other in the smoke. That's awkward for Kizia. And in the end, awkward for Yedina. So, yeah, no, it kind of works out for MIBR in the end. In that moment. But the round definitely going against them.
Nice little pickup, though. Can hold on to the AK. Seems to be the case. But, of course, the narrative of late has been for W7M. So I was a little bit scared off the back of that second map that the weight of the moment, I guess, it got the better of them. Doesn't seem to be the case. Seem to have hit the big reset button between maps 2 and 3 and see a new look squad here. T-side's looking good. And it's the opposition, MIBR, that we've got to ask the questions of right now.
All right, then let's see. Let's see. I mean, it's really starting to heat up a little bit here. Inferno, I didn't mean to do it on purpose, but I have done. But, you know, it's certainly for me does result in a little bit more dynamic CS just by the way the map is designed. You can't really play things super, super basic as you can on other maps. So they're trying. There's definitely a lot of just very, very early banana presence, right? And really sending it in, looking to brute force that first kill. And, well, W7M, they've been pretty good at getting it. They will do so again here with a nice double molly play, right? One in at sandbags, one on the corner means, well, that sandbags play is pretty screwed, whatever they do. A peek to back it up is certainly going to result in an easy frag. But quick kills coming in. An overzealous peek from Kara. Drops the bomb, as well as the advantage.
Rare mistake from Yedina earlier on, as you were pointing out. And what should have been a clean 5-on-4 into slowing down the round has suddenly become a bit panic stations. So what just happened? Did she see something on radar to make her think the bomb had been picked up? I don't understand.
I think she might have got the sound cue.
That could be true.
Of the pickup. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I couldn't quite clock whether the player picking it up was walking or not. I think sound cue is my money.
be good. We need an in-depth analysis of that moment. Shit, please not. Break it down for us.
Okay. So, bomb down. A little bit of normalcy. 2-on-1. Definitely not out of the question. Oh, and a well-timed headshot around the smoke. Leaves it on to just Hero. He's going to try and, nick a leaf out of the book. Head pops up. Dink lands to the second one. Finishes her off, but goodness me, if she'd have lived on 1 HP, the dink through the side of the pillar. But not to be. Not in our universe. MIBR will clutch up in the end.
Yes, indeed. And considering Amanda's advantage early on in the round, MIBR stabilizing. The scarier aspect is only one survived. All the reserves are going to be invested into this round. Whilst on the other side of the coin, if w7m get a plant, they might indeed still be able to buy the next, even off the back of a round loss. The economy is still firmly in their favor, but Little Z says, economy doesn't matter to me. I'm going to take this aggressive line. And I'm just wondering right now, Square, if they've heard the AWP scope. Are they aware?
Maybe. And got to win this fight. Can't be losing it. And Juliana does so. However, Harris here for the trade. Juliana has been able to readjust. Brilliant play in isolation. Meanwhile, Banana's getting a bit hectic. So 4-on-1 now coming in. W7M, the back and forth nature that we were maybe looking for coming into Inferno is certainly here, Alan. And that will be a pretty clean round. Love the idea. I am a big fan of the old JW apps rush with the AWP, but not going to work out here. And like you say, that scope can be heard from quite far off these days. So Juliana really playing that one well.
Not doing a great deal to mask the sound. So you could have done the fake molly, where you kind of right-click it out the left side of the long haul as you're walking along. And that will go a long way to masking the sound. Or you could scope a bit earlier and risk kind of seeing a bit of the timing. So it's just a small thing, but we often talk about even the smallest piece of information completely alters how your opponent's going to play. Like that, as soon as you get one noise cue, one spot of a player, one, hearing the bomb being picked up or hearing an AWP being scoped, you can immediately adjust. And from there, it becomes so much more difficult to actually pull off the play you were intending.
So, MIBR back down to the pistols then. Bit of armor to boot, and they have themselves a few nades to work with. But it's really not pretty. So, we'll see whether they can adjust. But things looking a little difficult for sure at the moment. W7M in prime position to start. I would say building their advantage. Maybe not, the runaway, but definitely getting themselves a solid T-half.
Juliana here taking a lot of ground. Up by the hay cart. Holding these 4 CTs in defense. I guess she's probing, hoping to feel out the stack, and she learns the hard way that players are in attendance as Arkina, the sole player on the B side of the map, finds 2 kills, completely stalls out the offense. And as long as MIBR get these rotates over, how on earth do you win out in this afterplant?
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Flash comes over, ineffective. It's not the kill, but it's massive damage. And when you are, so far in the ascendancy right here for the CT end, it doesn't really matter too much. Nice info, and the damage is fantastic. So, Kara, Banana face. Got a lot to do here. First shot misses. Second lands, looking towards Banana, looking for a bit more. Ooh, and Bruno covers the boosting up player. So they might just have given themselves an opportunity. The contact AWP looks brilliant, and they just cannot break it apart. So there you are, Alan. How do you make this post plant work? That's how you make it work.
Old school setups paying dividends. And I think MIBR will watch that one back and think, we're a little bit more grouped. If we were a little bit more on the same page, surely we could have pulled off that retake and done so much economic damage in the process. And that's kind of been the story of this third and final map. It's been an absolute slugfest, such a brawl. but w7m have just kept it that tiny bit cleaner. They have won out in so many of these 50-50s.
Yeah, that's very true. That certainly feels like the case on Vertigo as well, where maybe Overpass just had less of them. MIBR were not giving them as many chances into the bomb sites. That's where W7M were kind of struggling. So certainly an interesting one to consider. Good timing from Iadina. Able to find Arkinia rotating nades. So a nice early kill comes in. W7M with the banana control to do.
I think what we've seen from MIBR in this series is that, especially on CT, I'm mainly talking, is they've got a lot of nice ideas. They've got a lot of nice setups and good concepts. And what happened on Overpass was those concepts alone were just pretty much unbreakable for W7M. And I think the difference is here on Inferno is that they still have all those ideas. It's just the W7M, for the most part, are doing a stronger job of mid-rounding. Of course, in this round, not going quite to plan. But this is the one against the grain. Exception that proves the rule. It's been a lot of great calls coming out from W7M to really grind out these mid and late round scenarios.
Well, we'll see again. You know, going to give it a good try here. Of course, Fly, it gets the catch eventually onto Juliana. So Topher against 4. I mean, even getting the bomb down here would be quite the achievement. Not ready for the pit player because, you know, why would she be? No real presence shown from pit all round long. So 6th round for MIBR. Certainly seemingly coming out of nowhere. That is the way that they can go sometimes. W7M now deep in the coffers. The buy not going to be the best. Certainly look to answer back quickly and, you know, win out the T half here. Would be nice for them, considering that they didn't get a lot of room on their CT side last time out. Lil Z collapsed there. Need to follow up. Will find the frag, but Juliana's got a double spray down before falling. And not ready for the third in Kizia, however. She's only good for 1, but she's dropped the bomb. Half HP'd another. Goodness me. Hectic play at the top end of Banana. Brings it down to another 2-on-2 post plan.
Bomb site firmly in the hands of W7M. So that's going to get planted. And now we've got to really think about this after plant positioning. Re-smoke on towards CT. Got one towards Emo. And looks like first oranges coming out from Bruna. So good positions. They're just going to play really well off each other's contact. And this should be fine.
Well, should being the operative word there. Topher fighting away at Banana. Her teammate looks solid, and she wins her fight as well. Fantastic stuff. Another clutch coming in. Those 50-50 scenarios, we keep touching on them, but W7M, they look way better when it comes to crunch time.
Yes, indeed. And I think MIBR, should they lose in this third and final map, will watch this demo back and think, girls, we were in such a great spot in so many of these rounds. We just need to play a little bit more structured, a little bit more together. We found open kills there. It was almost a 2K collab coming out from Little Z. But as they fell back around the corner, they just fell foul to the aggressive rifles. And yeah, as you're mentioning, so many situations just falling millimeters in W7M's favor. And sometimes Counter-Strike be like that. The thinnest of margins can make the biggest of differences.
Yep, absolutely. That's kind of why we love it, I would imagine. So definitely difficult to be on the end of, though, for sure, right? MIBR trying to keep it together with so many nearly what-if rounds. Topher chilling in the smoke here. Trying to get cheeky round it. Nothing presenting itself just yet. Really sure of them being pushed in deep, and or maybe MIBR should have found a bit more with that. It looked very, you know, panicked. Only the two of them, and they can't find a kill, the B defenders. Lots of info, but of course you got deep pushes down towards brackets, and the T side able to dominate, and now they can bring the bomb back. Only Little Z remaining on the Deagle to clutch 1v3.
Going to be difficult. I think that's very safe to say, and I don't think she's going to expect the player in towards Library. The moment Anoisku is given away, the first shot is brilliant, but has no idea about the player behind. 9-6 is going to be the scoreline. W7M only 7 rounds away from pulling off one heck of an upset. You don't want to miss us going into the second half.
Please hold up, as my feet can't touch the ground, as my knees hit the rough, and my heart is feeling drowned, and I can't lie still, 'cause the tides are slowly rising, just chasing surreal, and my prayers will.
So here we are, W7M with a pretty hefty advantage moving into the second half. It's not quite the same as MIBR last map, but definitely looking good towards the tail end. Very chaotic rounds, but they were able, in the mid round, in the post, to find themselves some brilliant clutch moments, right? And I think that's been the difference here.
I think that's for certain. And the amount of rounds, especially on that B-bomb site, which went down 2-on-2, 1-on-1. We always say it. Every great series seems to end on Inferno, and this one is no different because it creates so many high-tension, high-pressure moments, and at least for us in the casting booth, it didn't really get any better than those high-octane moments really to cover for you guys. So just waiting for all the girls in play to ready up, and we'll be underway, but I think W7M are going to be feeling really confident, especially given how that first half ended.
Yeah, and you know, the pistol here as well carries so much weight. We've kind of seen how powerful the reset rounds and how often the reset rounds can come in this series, but certainly to me it does feel like you know, MIBR especially will want this to just try and artificially close that gap as quickly as possible. But it can be problematic, and certainly being a bit weird with the way the pistols have panned out and how effective you can, or effectively, I should say, you can use them. Either way, hopefully into things quickly. Here we go. Resets coming in. Good stuff. And we'll see what the game plan is for MIBR.
Check out these pistol buys. Smoke kit on the banana. That's the player, not the position. Maybe we'll go on banana. I'm not sure. It's a confusing name on this map. Hopefully doesn't catch us out later on.
Very true. Very, very true. It's good fun, and we love a good fun name. But for Inferno, maybe, you know.
Cardi Banana actually is going to play banana. I can feel it.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I guess we've just kind of been saying Kara, haven't we, for the sake of brevity, which I suppose just means face. So,
yeah.
You know.
Well, it sounds a bit like Clara, so it's quite natural.
Mm.
But we're just saying face just got 4K, and it just sounds a bit stupid when you actually translate it.
Yeah. Four-person setup here on the w7m side, so they're going to be very ready for this hit coming in. Good amount of utility to work with as well to, you know, keep themselves in action. Bruno and another pit player actually working around the smoke. I think it's Juliana. Goes down in on the site. Meanwhile, Bruno hidden away in the smoke. Not going to be expecting me. That's kind of what she is after. Bomb's gone down. Info gathered. Yep, gets the drop. Way too smart for you, and that'll be a 3 versus 2 coming in. Kara does indeed have a kit and a smoke to work with, but they've got to break back into the site, which, you know, with no flashes, no way of covering off pit, for example, it's really tough in the pistol. So w7m looking down and out a little bit here, trying to find this pit player. Backs turned to the side players. Arkinya capitalizes for one and able to get the second. That cold box is often annoying, and certainly here it is. MIBR get the pistol.
Important one, though, wasn't it? It was important to stabilize early on. Inferno, in this day and age, is a complete 50-50 in terms of side bias, so good stuff. Pick up the pistol. I think that's both pistols as well for this map, and what a time to convert them. All important second round, and w7m have taken a bit of an unorthodox approach and decided we're going to full eco this one. We are more interested in getting out those rifles in the next, so the real thing to pay attention to here is even 1 kill. 2 kills, that would be amazing, but any frags here pulls the terrorist money down so much, so w7m still needs to be gunning for frags.
Flash coming out towards middle, looking to find, well, a frag, hopefully, yeah, on that w7m side. Actually, they get ripped apart by Little Z's Mac 10.
Come on, taser.
Yeah, we wanted the cheekiness of the Zeus, but they don't come close enough. Nasty, nasty, nasty people, of course. They're not. I don't know, I love the taser, man, and the sound it makes is just so satisfying. It really is.
Just the amount of times we see it in play and it didn't even get fired, it's just, why do you do this to us? You know?
It's always the best on, like, some of the custom hoods that, like, TOs use. Doesn't actually register the Zeus. So I always find those are the funniest. You just swap across someone. You didn't even know there was one in the round, and then, you know, the zap just comes in and there's a frag. But, yeah.
Do you like the surprise Zeus, is what you're saying?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Unless you're on the other side of it in matchmaking.
Well, yeah. They've barely ever come out, I feel, in matchmaking, actually. Mainly because the games I play, everyone just doesn't listen and forces every round. So, you know. Oh, Topher. Easy frag. Nice little pre-fire, and Little Z going to fall early here into the first rifle.
Bit of a spam. No connection. They decided we're going to react in mid. The problem is with a nice setup. Juliana up close as Fly pivots on a dime. Bruno, though, in response, swings out from short, picks up the 2K, and it's all on Arkinya out of nowhere. It's a nice frag, but on low HP. I guess she does have the bomb to cross CT. That will help a lot. So the bomb barring any fortunate spam, should get planted. But she's going for the play, Scriv. She wants to win the round, not just get the bomb plant. She's pushing through CT. Yeah. She finds the first, gets back round the corner, and what should have been an impossible round is now a 1-on-1.
Unbelievable. Fate coming in as well to try and make a similar play. And 12 HP, the difference.
That's a nice try if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, absolutely. Big NTs in the chat. For sure. And, you know, just finding the timing on the reloading player and everything really well put together in a sort of 1vx scenario. Staying cool and staying unpredictable. That's kind of what it's all about for me in those clutch scenarios. Yeah, just a little bit more HP or even a better weapon. Could have been hers, but not the case.
See that again? The 1-on-3. The first shot is brilliant onto the jump spotting player, and if it caught me off guard, I think it also would have caught the players off guard, that CT push. So it was a brilliant try. She has done a lot of economic damage, and I'm guessing that's the basis behind this pause. They're saying, you know, girls, we can reinvest behind this. We can break this CT money. And looking at the cash reserves for w7m, 800 maximum on Yadina. Not out of the question that MIBR can win this round and close it up a long way on economy alone.
Kenya once again looking for some sneaky smoke plays. Got them at the end of the round, looking early in the round to find them here. Curious to see what the timeout has brought for MIBR. Boosting over the smoke here. This could be massive, you know. Oh, spraying on the corner is not nice. However, Juliana left on 1 HP. Don't think they were seen. I think it is just a wild spam. But it very nearly results in not only 1, but 2 kills. Toffer, meanwhile, again, trying to find some cheekiness with the MP9. Just makes it away. Twice, in fact. Taking chips either time, but sets up Yadina for the first kill of the round.
It feels like at least 3 of these W7M players should have died in the positions they've been in on this round. Of course, the spam on the boost into his brackets, into almost catching that one player there in Toffer falling back. Be a little bit disappointed they haven't converted, but all this B pressure is working, Scrib. It's pulling a third player over. And unless Zuliana does a lot of work here from Boiler, it's going to be tricky. Only the 1-for-1. The counter molly is good. Bruno's going to drop some flashes, but those are going behind the players. And just like that, so much map control seeded and the frags are falling the way of Made in Brazil.
Yeah, must have been super loud on the comms, right? Bruno just not getting the sound cues. Can happen. Can happen when there's all the nades going off and everybody's shouting a bit too loud. Looks like they're going to save here with the 2 HP players. So, yeah, makes sense. MIBR bringing it within 1. Looking pretty good while doing so, you know. I think it's a nice round. They don't necessarily lose too much early on. I think that's some of the things that they've been struggling with here. Are just able to, as they like to do, keep the team split a little bit, right? Good timings from the peaks towards long to absolutely secure the round. And yeah, the sense of timing in that round was really solid for MIBR, I think.
Cash, disastrous for W7M. Gonna have to save around these rifles, and even on that front, might be wise to try and keep a few going into the next round. Udina's actually brought up some utility, and I hope for her sake there's a good idea behind these nades, because it's actually just hurt her quite a lot going into the following. So Made in Brazil, they've done all the hard work for my money. They've finally broken the cash, finally up against a weaker buy. But we've seen them slip up so many times in the series up against pistols, and that habit needs to change thick and fast, or Inferno could slip away from them.
Flash comes in. Oh, doesn't quite land, as Kizia's not really blind enough. Well, Kenya was, but Kizia playing the ante, and indeed, 5-on-3 comes through. The 2 scary weapons taken out of this round.
Simple CS, that's all that's required from here. Play it 4-1. Bit of pressure onto B as well from Kizia. That base the peaks from Boiler. It is a nice frag from Bruno, but we shouldn't expect too much more. So it's going to be 10 to 10. All square here in the third and final map, and my wish has become reality, Scriv. Maybe the genie in the bottle. As we got a final map going down to the wire, and it's been a real roller coaster. I have no idea who's going to win it.
Yeah, for sure. And it does seem, you know, W7M, they've got to get their act together quickly because the money is the big one now as we're getting into the tail end of the game. Less room, less time to get it stabilized. So it really does have to start now because, you know, we look at 10-10. That can very quickly become 12-10 if you let this next rifle drop. So, yeah, W7M, a lot of pressure on them in this next round.
So these bananas, are they hanging from the ceiling? Something of the sort. They're kind of waving around a little bit.
I think so. I was just sneezing. I apologize. But yeah, I think so.
You should do like branded merchandise, like buy your own, you know, swinging bananas.
Could be big. Could be
I'd
big.
get them.
Yeah, same, to be fair.
Have you seen my Discord picture? I'll definitely get them.
Yep, that's true. Bananas everywhere. I like bananas. Bananas are good. Oh.
But I guess for us on Inferno, only one banana matters. And that's the question of this round. Kizia. Oh, try to lock it down. It's not gone brilliantly. Udina's there. Pulled a nice 1-2 punch. And the yellow fruits control is in the hands of W7M.
Not much else you can do, really, is there? For a call out like that. Suliana nearly fluffs it. Nearly screws the pooch, but Little Z finding the double here towards the end. Damage coming in, which is always good. Maybe one more, and quite probably a bomb plant. Bruner is unknown, but not getting too giddy, just securing the round. And that indeed will be the case. So, I mean, MIBR, it sets them up nicely for, you know, the next round, keep their money flowing, but W7M, lead comes under threat. They're right back on the board, and they've snatched it back.
I've genuinely spent the whole series of thinking of a really clever way to get, you know, Banana Face or a rhyme with Cara D Banana, but nothing rhymes with banana.
No.
There's a restaurant in Katowice called Tatiana, but apart from about 4 people in the chat who all work for ESL anyway, nobody would understand the reference.
Yeah.
Capybara, there you go. I need to think of something.
Yeah. A little something. We'll work it into the next one, I suppose. Because you're probably not going to find time to get a capybara in the rest of this broadcast. She's died in this round, though, as we've been talking about it. And MIBR looking to answer straight back themselves. The A-bomb site looking vulnerable. They will pick up the pace and hopefully close out this bomb site.
Still have top banana control, do W7M. You can kind of see on the mini-map, Toffer there. Bit of a jiggle. Telling her teammates, don't sweat. I've got B. You load up A. Problem is, MIBR on the banana retake. Making a lot of noise. And Toffer here needs to block thick and fast and get these rotates over. Molly goes down. Udina's on the rotate, but there's no flashes. There's no CT smoke, though, Scriv. Bit of a blender. And it's fortunate they had the man advantage because that could have been terrible for MIBR.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they get the quick mechanical kind of spin arounds as well. It does look relatively impressive for the 180, but making life difficult for themselves, it is safe to say. Molly comes in. That'll buy some time. Nice shot from Fly as well to leave Bruner isolated. Redefined. Kit available. Not ready for the player on the right, and was struggling to find the player at the back anyway. So MIBR, clean victory. And W7M, again, we talked about it, the economy in the late stages of this game really getting away from them. So it should be a 12 for the T side.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little bit out of control for W7M. Yet again, another round where they're seeding the entry, and I don't think they made any particularly big mistakes. Mid and late round is just when you're playing from a deficit, stats don't lie. You're going to lose a lot of the time. And the pistols are back in play. They've tried to get it quite aggressive here down mid. As of yet, not isolating too many duels. They pick up one in towards the T stairs. Somehow recovers an AWP, but can't connect with the shots. So it's getting very hectic here. But it looks like MIB are just about stabilizing.
Starting to, and you know, this is really where the wheat spread from the chaff in moments like these. Super tense. Every moment counts. Don't want to be the first to go down in a round, but also don't want to be too timid. You got to take the opportunities where they arise. And it feels for maybe the first time in the series, w7m coming in with a tactical timeout. I'll not necessarily full send on that factoid. I think so. It's the first one I've noticed anyway. From w7m.
Certainly
definitely had a lot more from
that's
MIBR.
for sure.
And it is very late in this
certainly
game.
Recently.
Yes.
But I guess we don't really want to call anybody out, but Orpa on the CT side, Kara D Banana. We would like to see a little bit more. It's such a powerful weapon, and if you can find some opening picks, it would just make their life so much easier. They're playing so many rounds from a disadvantage. If Kara can get in a nice position, punish a gap in a default, pick a player out in the open, suddenly your man advantage, you're calling the shots, and you're going to give MIBR a little bit of more tricky of a time. So keep an eye on her. Bit of an underwhelming game so far, but plenty of time to redeem herself if she can be the catalyst to turn this run around.
Seems like it might be a bit more of an extended pause for w7m, eh? So maybe that is why. No, okay. Did they do a couple back to back? Maybe the classic. Not sure. But we'll see. It's really getting difficult now. w7m have to stay hot on the heels. The return rounds at the very least have got to keep coming in to keep things close and to keep things possible at the end of the day. Yeah, there's the scoreline itself, but as we said, the finances, man, just terrible right now. So MIBR, now's your time to really capitalize on that fact and kind of take over. Thinking about the boost over the smoke, but don't go for it in the end. Not sure if we're live here.
Yeah, it looks like a stop, doesn't it? Sitting in spawn. Just wait a few seconds for confirmation, but it certainly looks like it. So, yeah, definitely with the team kill. We know what's up. Bit of a technical issue. And we do indeed hope the reset comes in soon enough so we can get back underway, because right in the thick of it here, Squiv, we don't want any breaks. We're going to be right back in the action.
Yeah, I mean, especially this late stage of the game, you got to keep present. You got to keep your mind on the prize. Your eyes, I guess, on the prize. That's what they usually say. It's getting a bit late, to be honest, Chief. So I think we're allowed a little bit. But yeah, wiping themselves out, I suppose, is a quick way of sorting it and then getting the match medic to restore the previous rounds. Again, bear with us. The HUD takes a little bit of time to catch up. But indeed, it might be a little bit of a wait here, unfortunately, folks. So, yeah, sucks, but it does happen towards the tail end. But we get to play a little bit more of our favorite game. What's in the back? What is this like contraption? I gotta know.
I
Did you
guess
see that? Like,
is it like a treadmill?
It does look like a treadmill that's too small or something. Kizia, there's no hope in hell.
This one's just playing in a black hole.
Yeah, literally. Which, you know, respectable.
A lot of gamers do it, but straight up, everyone at home, it is awful for your eyes. You'll give yourself a pounding headache if you play at any length. There's the genie in the bottle, the one that's granted us this sick third map.
Blowing bananas.
We're seeing swinging bananas.
Yeah. I think there's multiple. I think there's one above it, but you can't.
Yeah, you can just see it. Just add a shot. I think there's a third one top right as well.
Yes. What is?
So if we can just let her know, we can readjust the camera and get a perfect view.
Yeah,
of
is
the
it just a
bananas.
string of bananas? Got a bit of Harry Potter going on in the background there, I spot. That's kind of cool.
This one is a bit more artsy. This one.
Yeah, a bit more subtle. You know, not as loud, not as crazy. The guitars, we love the guitars. Said that in the past. I think
Can we
it's called
request a guitar
like
solo on
sunbursting,
an
I
interview?
think.
Is that allowed?
Maybe not in the interview, but perhaps get it out on Twitter. This is probably the most plain and just chilling. But I think we're back and ready for the action here, folks. So, yeah, we'll be back. It's a nice segment that we've come up with, I suppose. What's going on in the background? Save it for a rainy day. And we'll have to get it trademarked quick, because I think the other casters, they might steal.
What we really need, Scriv, is if we do multiple of the same team, spot the difference. What has changed week to week? Throw up the pictures of both.
Love it.
See what's happened.
Bruner up close. Ooh. They were thinking about going for it, weren't they? It's gotten a little bit weird here in the apartments. As Kara on the AWP, Bruner backing her up. Spam coming in, does a decent amount of damage. It looked like Fly was going to go around the corner. I think it even called for a flash, but opted against it. So, yeah, got a little weird. No kills actually coming in. It's the molly plus flash of her teammate that burns down Kara. Now, certainly interested to know if that was a full white or if it was just a hell of a good molly. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. W7M, unforced error, one would argue. Late boost. Surely she's been heard. But she sticked up there.
They're all trained on it.
Yeah, they were very, very ready. Juliana going to get taken down from the backside, and that is a beautiful round from MIBR, you know.
Simple CS played well. Good information, good communication, and a lot of the time CS comes down to just playing simple CS and playing it well, and that's exactly what we saw as W7M. This CT side has been a little problematic. Not chaining the rounds together economy has been perpetually in the bin. This following round is going to be no different. No cash reserves. And I guess they'll have to save going into the next. I'm not quite sure where the loss bonus is at, but I don't think forcing is going to be on the cards. But I guess on the flip side, MIBR at times in this map looked a little bit worse for wear, but they're finding their form at this crucial juncture as we get to the very latter stages. 13 to 12, and potentially a lesser buy to follow for their opponents.
Scary. Yeah, 13-11 actually as well, right? Once the hood corrects. So even worse. Even worse. And the buy, yeah, not really there. The buy into the next, not going to be all the bells and whistles. Certainly will be pretty good. Arkinya. Easy triple. And now just the M4s remaining. So they're split as well. So again, MIBR should be in for another round.
How do you even play it at this point in the 2v4? Do you stay one apiece? Maybe you should stack the guns together and take the angle of we're going to save, or we're going to at least have a sliver of a chance to win the round. When you play 1-1 like this, Topher needs a lifetime highlight to pull this one off. Finds the first, but has to reload. And with just the USP, chances of that highlight are slipping by the wayside, and maybe your dinner here should just think about saving. No chance of the retake. And she falls at the first hurdle. 14 to 11. Getting scary now, isn't it? W7M.
Yeah, they're maybe checking out a little bit, aren't they, right? They've got to keep zoned in. It can be difficult again as you feel the game getting away from you. But another big rifle round to sort of rewrite that narrative. MIBR, they've found their mojo, as they like to say. Little Z ready and waiting for the peaks and the pushes to come in. Kind of a game of chicken. Oh, great flash. Not going to fall. Little Z still alive. Juliana keeps moving forwards, but now trapped. You can't really slow down from a position like this. Smoke comes through. Bruna does manage to get one. Traded instantly. And Arkinya maybe needed more from there, to be honest. It looked good, but doesn't actually get the kill. Little Z falls through the smoke to the wild spray, and it's a 3-on-2 with Hera on HP. How have we ended up here?
$1 million question, as you like to say, but it doesn't change the fact that man down, such low HP, sprinting through these apartments. Akara is trained on the position. The jump makes it super difficult to connect. And 2 in attendance. Hera here can even try to force a headshot angle. Smoke on towards Moto. We're going to have to respect that on the CT side. And suddenly, this has become a much more doable position.
Well, we'll see, shan't we? Kizia, the new addition, looking pretty good here on Inferno. A lot to ask. Gara will take down her teammate. Up against 3. Finds the first pretty cleanly. Tap onto the bomb and overswings a little. The defuse pretty close, but with the kit, it's all good. W7m, it feels like saving the game with that round for sure.
Important, really important retake, and it might have been a man advantage. But one mistake, that becomes a 2-on-2, and you slip up and essentially hand the game to MIBR. But as we stand, holding in there, our W7M. 3B start for them. Kara, aptly named, is making her way to the banana. What can she get done?
Unfortunately, going to be a little boring in the beginning, Alan. Just holding the crack
she
angle
might be.
and... Nope. Nope. Just going to sit and wait. So, yeah. Unlucky, unlucky. But I'm sure we'll get some action later on in the round. They're coming. They're thinking about the B. I don't know, actually. I think they might rotate back towards A, to be fair. So, yeah. No warp action as yet. Great flash, though. Topher will find the opener onto Arkinya.
Good reaction, though, taking a lot of space here towards long. They saw flashbang one player. They might... I don't think they heard the AWP shoot, but they might have guessed it was 3B. So perfect reaction from MIBR. And now you got to do something. You got to do something tricky. You need to force a rotate and really bring Lifestyle into play. But instead, they're going to decide brute forcing it up short. And their problem child is Bruna. Finds the first. On the lurk, though, Lifestyle does find a frag. And suddenly, this becomes really awkward. Juliana on the bomb site, dancing around the smoke. She buys a little bit of space. But still, it's left on Bruna. Dug in towards Pip, but the rotates are here. And little Z finds the first. The player's isolated. 14 seconds. She's got a plant. Flashbang comes out, planting behind the box. All they need to do is double peek. Playing either side. Can she isolate? A Jewel running out of bullets. 11 remaining. And it was a brilliant attempt, but it doesn't change the fact. Scrib, we're getting closer and closer. 13 to 14. That's all we wanted.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really having to work for it, whoever ends up taking the victory. And definitely getting our little prediction game all the way to the maximum rounds. We might have the full 30. We're as yet to find out. Pretty damn close, though, isn't it? So, yeah, it definitely is getting kind of weird in some of these rounds. MIBR had the right idea. I think the short push is not a terrible plan. Flashes were pretty solid. The player's going a bit too early, you know, so the timing's a bit off. The fatigue, that is, getting involved. So, yeah, we'll see whether that continues to haunt them a little bit here.
Peeking mid, Kara. Been asking questions in the second half, and entry frags have been few and far between. But there's no better time than this to open it up. And as a reminder for the viewers at home, Scriv here, I believe you even said 2-0 for MIBR. So
Okay, yeah, that's
you are
true,
wrong in that
actually.
sense, but you give you a free pass. You only really took them to win the series. I'm taking w7m. They've impressed me a lot so far. There's a tiny bit of work left to be done, and Kara is caught out in the open.
Yeah, big flash. Not much that she can really do. And then just kind of kneel over and take the bullets in the head. So pretty unlucky. Opens the map up now for MIBR. Slow creep towards B. Toffa pretty ready. Smoke on the cross. And now as it starts to dissipate, calling for the rotations. They've not really heard anything on A for quite some time. The return smoke coming through. They're going to have to go through it. They don't really have the time. Juliana's so blind right next to them. What's going on? No! Can't find any kills. Teammate on the bomb site falls as well. And MIBR, this is looking big. 4-on-2. Full belly utility for Bruno, but it's going to be real rough to break into B.
They're going to attempt it, though. Yadina's playing wide. And the only real chance here is over-facing terrorist players. As of right now, MIBR staying put. Not getting overzealous. Playing the crossfires and just waiting for the first player to take contact. Yadina peeks. Can't connect. A lot of shots fired. But as the clock dwindles, it's not going to matter even if they find these frags because the time is getting so low. And finally, MIBR up to 15. And that felt really, really close in the 4-on-4, but the bomb site take was perfect. And this is the best chance they're going to get to close out this series. If it slips to overtime, they're not going to face a weaker buy than this.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. The pause coming in as well. W7M. I would assume, I mean, it could be from either side, to be honest with you. They're just really looking to make sure that they have the absolute best of the best prepared for this one. So I think they recognize that it's now or never, maybe, possibly. And indeed, MIBR are the ones to call it. So both teams will use this amply. We might even see a follow-up timeout. Wouldn't be surprised. Klaxon over your head of match, and you know it to be series point, can make all the difference. That pressure can indeed get to teams, so W7M have to stay cool.
Nerve-wracking stuff. Freebie start from W7M. Early nade on towards Banana. Bit of an exchange, but no control for the CT side. So, has to be said, limited value right now from that utility. As we can see, MIBR reacting up mid. I think they made a gamble. I think they think there's free towards people that utility. And the problem is, Scrib, these plays in towards apps, they can be really out of position if they scale up short.
Yeah, one does get caught though. Fly manages to find the frag. A nice move here from Bruno to clear out the apps and try and get in behind them. Timing could be perfect here. Just missed the opportunity to catch any. Player out towards long does go down. And again, Bruno, I think still has a few more seconds to catch him. You know, yeah, nades in hand, not expecting anyone up short so quickly. But keep your eyes on Fly on the mini-map. She's the one to maybe stop it. It's Arkinia, actually, that gathers the info by just flying around the corner. Fly losing a lot of damage as well. So looking good here. 4-on-3. Don't have a lot of time to play with. Smoking towards Pit gives Fly a bit of freedom to just swing out. The Moto smoke, difficult to get through. They're trying to just meat grinder in. It's not going to work. And yeah, the lack of weaponry, the lack of utility makes it very difficult to mount a retake even with the advantage moving into it. And there you are, MIBR taking the series. A difficult fight, but they will indeed get it in the end.
I believe the term is a slugfest, especially getting into that third and final map. Both teams for certain having their chances. It felt like early on, all the 50-50s were going the way of their opponents, but towards the end, MIBR, every afterplant, they were winning out. They cleaned up so much of their play